Great morning, great morning, great morning. Come on in, you guys. Come on in. Come on in. Give you guys an opportunity to roll up in here. Great morning, great morning. We are on the road, so hopefully our reception should be pretty good. Y'all will let me know when y'all get in just how good it is. Come on in, come on in. Come on in. Great morning, great morning, great morning. I can't share. I guess I could share from my laptop. Let me see. Let me see. Can I make it do what it do? My baby sharing and driving, honey. Sharing and driving. He's a dedicated sharer. Great morning. You guys let me know who's here and where you are tuning in from. Who's here and where you are tuning in from. Great morning, great morning. I'm getting ready to share. Hold on. Hold on just a minute. Great morning, you guys. Come on in. Come on in. Let me know who's here and where you're tuning in from. Let me know who's here and where you are tuning in from. Hey, beautiful. How are you? Hey, Phoenicia. Yes, tuning in from the bed, girl. I know that's right. Great morning, Jason. How are you? Yes, we are. We are. Y'all, I'm sharing. Let me share. Y'all, please do the same. Go ahead and share and let me know when you shared. It's a beautiful day. I am super excited. We are on our way home. Had a great time with family. My mama just enjoyed herself, y'all. I'm going to be posting some stuff today and tomorrow so that you guys can kind of see how things went. I didn't take a whole lot of pictures. My phone was dead a lot of the time. Y'all, don't judge me. Don't judge me. But it was, honey. I get a little bit of juice and I take some pictures and stuff and it'll be dead again. Yes. All right. All right. Let me share. Let me share. All right. So let's go ahead and get started with today's word. I tell you, being home triggered a lot of stuff for me. And one of the things that I think that God really dealt with me about, thank you for sharing, Phoenicia. Oh, the shot. Let me, my husband, like, we got to take our shot, y'all. Y'all know what it is. Listen, get you some alive. We really need it because we left at like 3 o'clock, 3:30, babe. We left at 3 o'clock in the morning. So y'all know we've been on the road for a minute. Here we go, y'all. Shot, 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 shot. Everybody shake, shake, shake. Shake the devil out. A, B, C. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. I'm telling you, do, re, mi, A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. Alive. It's you and me. Come on, y'all. We shake it up, open it up, and drink it up. Here we go. Oh my goodness, that's good. That's good, good. All right. So, what I was saying was this. You know, being home triggered a lot of stuff for me. A lot of thoughts, a lot of memories. I saw some people I hadn't seen in a while. My best friend growing up came through Mama's party, and she was just catching me up on things that were going on in her family and her life. And y'all, I just wanted to come on because God needs you to know that your past doesn't have to be your future. It doesn't matter what happened in your past. It doesn't matter what you went through in your past. That does not have to be your future. It does not have to be your future. Matter of fact, since I'm on my laptop, I can go ahead and let me see, can I do this? Thank you for sharing, Phoenicia. Thank you for sharing, Jason. Listen, your past doesn't have to be your future. Now, one of the things that I know about life is this, that life is always happening. And as life is happening, we get to decide what we're going to do with life as it's happening. And I think one of the things that makes me different from a lot of people is that no matter what happens, no matter what's going on, I'm known to keep going. I'm known to keep going. I'm known to keep moving. I'm known to not let my past stop me, not let my past dictate my present or my future, not allow my past to be the thing that causes me to count me out. One thing I'm not going to do is count me out. And it's interesting when you see people who grew up with you, and all of us are going through stuff. Listen to me. I need y'all to understand, everybody's going through stuff. What becomes different is how we go through what we go through. How we go through what we go through. I'm determined. I'm determined not to get stuck. So that's one of the reasons that I move the way I move. And a lot of times people don't understand that. That's one of the reasons I move the way I move, because it's easy to get stuck in your past. Now, I'm not saying ignore your past. I'm not saying don't deal with your past. I think another one of our challenges is that we fail to deal with our past. And when we fail to deal with our past, that's a whole situation. You've got to deal with your past. Like, you can't ignore your past and think everything is just going to be hunky-dory. Everything is just going to be okay. It doesn't work like that. But what we have to do is learn how to face our past and deal with it. You've got to be able to face your past and deal with it. So there are things that are simply, I don't know if this is going to work right, y'all, so bear with me for a second. Okay. There are things that you'll go through. Okay, I had to make it go live. That you'll go through, and you may not understand the dynamics of all that's happening in your life, but it's happening. And when you understand that what God is doing in your life has purpose, angel number 111, everything has purpose. Everything you've gone through, everything you go through. So let me tell you all a little bit about what happened yesterday. Yesterday, we had my mama's 75th birthday party. My mama turns 75 on Monday, the day of the solar eclipse. Well, we had it yesterday at the Sportsman Club, which is also where I had my Sweet 16 birthday party. They did a surprise Sweet 16 birthday party for me that I was not surprised about because I asked for it and I made sure I found out whether or not I was having it. Okay. So I wasn't surprised, but I acted surprised. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. But I wasn't surprised. I knew it was happening. But it was also, so my best friend's parents showed up. Her dad and her stepmom showed up. And I spent a lot of time at their house. I was always at their house, staying all night, hanging out with them. Spent a lot of traveled with them, went to their family reunions. Well, it was their 50th wedding anniversary. And they got married on that day, around that time, where? At the Sportsman Club where we had the birthday party. So when they pulled up, it was around the time that they got married 50 years ago. Accident? I think not. Here they are. They show up to celebrate my mama's 75th on their 50th. And it's in the same place that they got married. God is so amazing like that. But this is what's even more interesting about the whole dynamic. You know, throughout the day, I just found myself having conversations with different people, talking about the past and when we were growing up and connecting it to the present. I'm so proud of my family. You know, I have family members who are doing things that they never saw themselves doing. They never thought they would do. They never thought they would be the one to do that. They never thought that they could do that, but they're doing it. And that blesses my soul. So I tell them all the time how proud I am of them because it's easy, especially when you grow up in a small town where there's not a lot. People primarily depend on factories, and now factories have closed down. But to see my cousin working at the bank, listen, y'all, that's big, right? To see my cousins going to school, that's big because it's easy to get stuck in the cycle. And for my mama, it was very emotional to see all of her kids together. Now, we were all together her last birthday, but she saw some of my kids that normally are not there because they're not in town. And my son came. I don't think my son has been to a family function in probably about 10 years. And I'm not exaggerating. But he came and he brought my grandson. And that for my mama was a big deal. That was huge. You see, I had my son as a single mother at 20 years old. I got pregnant at 19. I was in college. And I'm sure lots of people thought that I wouldn't finish. But not only did I finished in 4 years in a summer. I finished summa cum laude. I finished having taken 18 and 21 hours. I finished. See, I was not going to stop. I wasn't going to quit. I wasn't going to give up because I knew I had to do something for that little boy. I had to do something for that child of mine. Yes, Angie. Angie will tell you, that's my cousin that works at the bank. Yes, girl, yes.
My favorite female cousin.
Listen, my husband talking about his favorite female cousin, right? Y'all, listen, our family, we grew up very tight. We grew up very close. Our mothers were siblings. My uncle was there. My uncle hasn't been at a family event in a very long time due to his health. And so for him to be there, my mom and my aunt, 3 of the final 4 of the siblings, to be able to be together, that was huge, you know. My mama was full of emotion and she kept crying, it was a lot. She got to see the grandbabies, got to see Madison. She hadn't seen my daughter's baby girl. And she said, "Hey, cousin Tim." So she was really emotional, you know. And you got to think about it when you make it to 75 and you look back over your life and you get a chance to see your legacy. You get a chance to see your children and your grandchildren and your great grandchildren. And, you see them all come together and just seeing family be family. It's an amazing thing. But there's a past. Y'all, we all have a past. There are things we've all gone through, but it doesn't determine our future. But we get to decide. We get to decide whether we're going to be stuck in the things that we've gone through or whether we are going to use them to learn from and grow. Mama Marvina, Daddy Charles, right? That's my best friend's parents, right? They were talking and they were talking to me and they were talking about when I was growing up. They always saw potential in me. They always saw me being able to do great things and doing great things. And so Marvina was saying something about how I don't know how she said it. It was almost like I don't mess up. Or how I handle things. She was saying it's not what happens to you, it's how you handle things. And you handle things right. And I said, well, no, I don't always handle them right. And I haven't always handled them right. But what I have tried to do is learn from whatever I went through. I said, I didn't handle them right, but God still intervened on my behalf. I remember I was getting ready to run this dude over, right? I'm talking about run him over with the car. I probably would have ran him over and put it in reverse and backed up over him again. I'm not exaggerating. I'm telling y'all the truth. I had planned to be in a closet with a gun. Like I'm telling you, I've not always handled things right. But what I have done is God has intervened on my behalf because he put a car in front of me so I couldn't get turned to cross the street while he was crossing the street to hit him. God didn't let the girl say, okay, let's go ahead, let's do this, because baby, I had a whole plan and a plot. Do you hear me? Oh my God, I watch too much TV and too many movies, okay? But God had a plan, and he didn't allow that to happen. He didn't allow that to stop me. He didn't allow that to cancel out my future. See, y'all, listen, you ain't got to always get it right, but can you bounce back? You don't have to always make the right choice, but when you make the wrong choice, can you acknowledge that it was the wrong choice and then adjust your actions in the future? You don't always have to do the right thing or say the right thing, but when you do the wrong thing and you say the wrong thing, can you ask for forgiveness? Can you repent for what you did? See, a lot of times our past becomes our future because we never correct the stuff that we did wrong. We don't correct it. We don't deal with it. We don't talk about it. But it does not, your past doesn't dictate your future. At least it doesn't have to, but you get to decide that. God's not going to make you make the right choices in terms of what to do with your past, but he is going to give you opportunities to grow and to advance and to expand. Life ought to always be a constant state of growing. You ought to always be growing. I was talking to one of my girlfriends and members, one of the leaders, and she was saying, I'm so grateful to you. And to you being in my life because you just provide an example of facing the tough stuff. There's tough stuff that we don't want to face that is keeping us stuck and stagnant. There's tough stuff that we don't want to talk about or address that's keeping us from fully going forward and really healing. Y'all, healing is work. It's work. It requires you to really be honest with you about you, with you about things you did, with you about things that were done to you, with you about life in general and how you've handled it and what's happened in your life. But it's worth it. It's worth it to get to the other side. It's worth it to acknowledge what transpired. But you know what? What I realize about families, especially Black families, is that we're wrapped up in so many family secrets and so many lies that we can't get healed because don't nobody want to talk about the truth. Nobody wants to talk about the truth. Nobody wants to tell the truth. Everybody's concerned that the truth is going to hurt, and the truth is going to hurt. But guess what hurts even more? The lie, the secrets, the deceptions. So we got to be honest. And then if you're the one being honest, if you're the one telling the truth, then folks mad at you. They not mad at you because you lying. They mad at you because you telling the truth. Why you got to tell the truth? Why you got to bring it up? Why you got to talk about it? But somebody got to be the liberator. Somebody got to be the Harriet Tubman, the Moses of the family. Somebody got to do that. For the family, it's to break the generational curses. I looked at the babies all running around. I'm talking about all different ages. And all I could think was, I want them to have a different life. I don't want them to have to go through all of the stuff that we went through. I don't want them to have to deal with that. But if we're never being honest, if we're not talking about the secrets, then we set them up to potentially go through the same thing that we went through. Is that what we want? Because if it's not, then we need to do some things differently. Listen, y'all, I just want you to know that your past doesn't have to dictate your future. But you decide. You get to decide that. You. And it's up to you. It's up to me. It's up to us to decide what our future looks like and what the future looks like for future generations. All right, y'all. Listen, I pray this word has blessed you. I pray that you got something that you needed. Listen, if you want to sow a seed, you can sow a seed at Cash App $DRV Johnson 777. Cash App $DRV Johnson 777. Know this though. Know that I absolutely love you guys to life and life more abundant. Have an amazing, incredible, and epic day.